Hey, welcome to 20-somethings, a show by 20-somethings for 20-somethings. Today we're going to talk about the new humanoid robots, the Air Canada Express crash, and the recent Savannah Guthrie interview. I'm your host, Keith Brown, and today I'm joined by John Dean, Yvonne, and Owen. Hey, guys. Thanks for all coming back. You guys are all alumni of 20-somethings, and no one else would come, so thank you for coming. Okay, our first topic this week will be about the new humanoid AI robots, such as the one accompanied by Melania Trump earlier this week. We have a clip.
Thank you, First Lady Melania Trump, for inviting me to the White House.
We can't hear this music.
It is an honor to be at Fostering the Future Together's Global Coalition inaugural meeting.
Our mission to empower children through technology and education is achievable. I encourage each of you to take a proactive step after this inaugural summit. Indeed, our world is transforming, and through the use of AI, we can now access centuries' worth of humanity's knowledge base. The future of AI is personified. It will be formed in the shape of humans. Very soon, artificial intelligence will move from our mobile phones to humanoids that deliver utility. Since our environment is designed for people, humanoid systems are uniquely suited to navigate and operate within our world. They fit well. Imagine a humanoid educator named Plato. Access to the classical studies is now instantaneous. Literature, science, art, philosophy, mathematics, and history. Humanity's entire corpus of information is available in the comfort of your home.
So, which one of those is the robot? Because I couldn't tell. So I guess they're saying that each one of these robots is like about $25,000, and they're thinking each student would have one. So like they no longer need teachers; they just have some humanoid robots. What do you think?
You'd have to teach the robot how to teach.
Right. Well, I think they're just thinking AI will take care of all of it.
Just need someone to train the AI.
Okay.
This reminds me of an opening cutscene to like a futuristic Call of Duty game.
Yeah.
Me no like it.
Okay.
Listen, all of you, all right? This is a serious issue, and you should be scared. I think you should be terrified, all right? First of all, no one cares about the children in the White House, all right? Least of all the guy running it, and least of all his friggin' wife, all right? She can barely speak English, he can barely read it, and none of the voters have ever graduated high school, all right? They're not worried about the children. They're worried about saving money. They don't want to pay teachers. They don't want a Department of Education. They want people to be dumbed down so you continue to follow them. It's not going to work if we continue to resist them, all right? Listen, we cannot have robots teaching our kids how to be human when we have forgotten ourselves, all right? Listen, all I'm saying is Melania Trump is a coward, the president is a coward, down to fascism, oppose the robot uprising, and start being humans with your neighbors, all right? I'm dead serious about this. My name is John Dean, and I'm dead serious about this, all right? Talk to your family, talk to your friends, talk to your loved ones, talk to your partner, all right? Have a human connection for once, all right? We don't need robots, we don't need AI, we don't need any of this crap, all right? I'm serious. And Melania Trump has no business being involved in our government at all, just like her husband, all right?
I love the passion.
What else am I supposed to have?
So John, it seems like also that these robots, the company that made them is denying this, but they're saying it can actually crush a human skull.
Yeah, they're made of steel.
So now you have a robot in your home with your child,
Right.
and it could actually smash their head in.
Yeah, it's like, because if there's one thing we learned with technology is that sometimes, and when I say sometimes, a lot of times, technology fails. Like, okay, maybe having a robot is cool. Like, I watched Bicentennial Man. Yeah, it's kind of cool. But then again, it's like, if the robot malfunctions and just turns evil, I don't want to, like, be awoken at 3 a.m. to a robot just rocking my shit, you know?
What do you think?
I don't think it's good. I mean, just plain out, there's no positive to this. We should not have, like, that's unrealistic.
Well, the
first
other
of
thing I
all.
think too is
so much
that-
money putting towards it, and will it even pan out to that point?
Yeah, well, I mean, so listen, we understand, right, that if you want to know any facts, you could go online and search it. You could ask AI for it. You're most
Right.
likely going to get something that probably is somewhat correct or fully correct. But I do think that, right, when you're dealing with teaching people, like there has to be a human element to it because it's not just like I'm going to spit information out at you and you're going to learn it. I mean, a lot of people have, a lot of students, especially like smaller students, have emotional problems, might have family problems. It's like, can the robot distinguish what those things are?
And also too, it's just regurgitating what it knows. So if it's just going onto the internet and looking up, oh, what is this? And then
Right.
sometimes it hallucinates and it's not always accurate. So putting all your eggs in one basket, it's not really smart.
Sure.
And how much did you say the robots?
It's like about $20,000 to $25,000 per robot.
Insane.
You know what I can buy for 20 to 25,000? I can get a nice 1977 red Oldsmobile Cutlass.
That's great. I thought you were going to say a giant keytar.
That too.
Yeah.
That too.
Well, I mean,
But I already have a keytar.
okay, well then you don't need another one. But what about paying, like you mentioned it, right? What about paying teachers more money, right? Like,
What about it?
Right?
I mean, why not?
Right. They're going to invest all this money in the robot, but they're not going to invest in people.
America's a joke, you know. We can invest all this money in all this random crap that aligns with someone's agenda. But at the end of the day, what? We can't have healthcare, we can't have teachers, we can't have education, we can't have hospital. What are we supposed to have at the end of the day?
But do you
the
think
same 1% is going to get more and more. That's where they're putting all the funds.
But do you think that then this makes you want to not be involved in anything AI altogether?
Yeah, I'm against AI.
Yeah.
That's very much who I am, you know? And maybe you don't know this, but that's the truth. I oppose AI, especially generative AI. I think the only AI I've ever really used is like Siri. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's insane.
We don't have a ton of time, but I just want, I think it's good in certain applications. I think it's good to use in certain contexts, but not everything. And I think blanketing over all your problems is never going to fix it.
So the next topic we have, it has to do with some type of human error. And so we had a report of an Air Canada crash plane with a fire truck at LaGuardia Airport, resulting in the loss of the life of both pilots, Antoine Forrest and the first officer, Mackenzie Guthrie. Despite sustaining injuries, the passenger remained unharmed. And since the collision, CCTV footage has been released. Let's take a look.
Tonight, horrifying surveillance footage posted online shows the moment an Air Canada Express jet slammed into a fire truck as it crossed the runway at New York's LaGuardia Airport.
Truck 1 and Company, LaGuardia Tower, requesting to cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and Company, cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and Company, crossing 4 at Delta.
But at that very moment, Air Canada Express Flight 8646 from Montreal was coming in for a landing on that very same runway.
Stop, Truck 1, stop. Stop, Truck 1, stop.
But it was too late, as that surveillance video posted to X shows. There was no time for the plane to stop or abort the landing. Preliminary data from Flight Radar 24 shows that the plane was traveling between 93 and 105 miles an hour at the moment of impact.
We were honestly sleeping and then landing, and all of a sudden, boom, woke up in shock.
We were a couple rows behind first class, and it was everything at the front of the plane was pretty messed up.
Jet 646, I see you collide with a vehicle there. Just hold position. I know you can't move. The vehicles are responding to you now.
Passenger Jack Cabot shooting these video clips as passengers climb down off the wings. And in this short selfie video, you can see the moment the nose of the plane tipped upward. Watch again closely as the passengers move to the rear of the cabin to escape. One flight attendant was reportedly found outside the plane, alive and still strapped in their jump seat.
That wasn't good to watch.
Yeah, I know I was here. I tried to reach out to my staff. We were dealing with an emergency earlier. Nothing.
No, man, you did the best you could.
And amid a nationwide shortage of air traffic controllers, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy addressing reports that there was only one controller in the tower at the time of the crash.
I've heard the rumor that there was only one controller in the tower, and that's not accurate.
So, first of all, this type of thing freaks me out altogether. As some of you know, I hate flying on airplanes. This happened right before I was getting on one, coming back here from South by Southwest. I mean, there's so many issues here, right? Like, so one of them is, you know, there was something else going on. There was supposedly only one air traffic controller working. Is this because they're not funding these positions, or people don't want the job because they're overworked? And then, you know, you have these people that are on this plane and the pilots have died. I don't even know if I was on that plane, if I could get back on another plane ever. I don't know. Do you have any thoughts?
I mean, air travel is still the safest form of travel, statistically.
I know people say that all the time, but then you watch these things.
It is, but if you think about how many car crashes happen versus how many plane crashes happen, I mean, statistically, you're more likely to get into a car crash than a plane crash. But it's obviously scary, but you know, it's very rare.
I think the problem for me is that, like, if you're driving a car, or usually, like, I'm in control, so I think I probably feel safer because of that, and I have no control over what's happening, like, on this runway. Any thoughts, Yvonne?
I mean, this does come at a time, like, we just came back from South by, so, like, God forbid, but that could have been us.
Sure.
Obviously, like, it's spring break, one of the busier times of the year when it comes to air traffic. And then, obviously, you have LaGuardia, which is located, I'd say, like, probably the busiest trio. You have LaGuardia, JFK, and Newark Airport. So it's harrowing. Obviously, like, once you make a mistake like that, there's not much you can do. From what I heard, the pilots, Antoine Forrest and Mackenzie Guthrie, they tried to keep the plane straight and steady so that upon impact, the plane would not roll over and explode.
Wow.
So they kind of sacrificed themselves to save the passengers. And one of the things that kind of got to me was they're both young. Antoine Forrest was 30, and then Mackenzie was actually our age. He was 24.
Really?
Yeah.
Very sad.
John?
I mean, it makes me sick. You know, it's really upsetting. It's sad. I fly a good amount because I visit my mom. She lives out of state. And the scariest part for me is always the landing, because when we're going so fast on the tarmac, I think, God, what if we run into something or hit a wall, and to see it happen, it's just really sad. And once again, you have to wonder, how did this happen? You know, were they understaffed? Were they under budget? Was someone cutting their funds? And the most important question in every problem is follow the money. So.
And then imagine how that air traffic controller must feel, right? Like, he says, I messed up. I don't even know how you keep doing that